वोटिंग पर्संटेज कितेंय जावं वोटर्स खंयच्याय खंयी भायर सरून पण एक खंय तरी नेगेटिविटी जाल्या बीजेपी बद्दल आणि ती probably in this percentage
But what you are essentially saying is it's not going to be a sweep for anybody.
It's
an edge.
now.
It's an edge.
It's an edge.
It's not a sweep.
No, certainly.
There is no sweep.
Congress जर candidate उभे करनाशिल्ले जाल्यार probably Babush should have swept this elections 20 plus. But there is a split which will happen somewhere. That may help BJP in getting certain seats, but they certainly don't have an edge over Babush. Babush has an edge over them.
Sanjay Bab, this is a perfect point on which I can ask you. You feel so?
Very honestly, not because I'm facing a camera, I completely disagree. Okay, first of all, the percentage of voting has not at all changed. It's identical. Almost identical, 74.69, 74.81. What I saw on the ground, I was present in two wards for entire voting hours. That there was no huge anti-establishment, this thing, or a huge excitement, there was nothing. It was absolutely normal election. Third, our machinery, as you rightly said, worked to perfection. I was completely happy. First, I was quite apprehensive how it will work. But finally, as you rightly said, it has worked to perfection. My perception about Babush camp, the enthusiasm was 10 to 20% down. I may be wrong, but my assessment, Congress was nowhere. But Congress in 20 places definitely going to do damage to Babush. Maybe 1%, maybe 10%, maybe 20%. Finally, in a triangular election, कितें जावंक शकता. A triangle 1-to-1, it was easy for you to predict. So be on your guard when you're giving the exit poll tomorrow.
Absolutely.
Triangular is very tricky. Right? But I don't agree with the edge. I would still say today, as of this hour, that BJP will get anywhere between 15 to 20 seats.
तुम्ही त्याच रेंजा भितर उलयता.
Congress will get 0 to 1. Okay, rest Babush.
एक गजाल जाणवता, this is the first election where Penji is seeing the shift from Manohar Parrikar to Siddharth Kulkarkar. म्हळ्यार बीजेपीचो इवन जो मॅनिफेस्टो आयलो ताचेर फक्त सिद्धार्थाचो फोटो आशिल्लो, ते मनोहर पर्रीकार नाशिल्लो. स्वता पर्रीकार कॅम्पेनिंगाक एक्टिवली देंवलो ना, एक हेवी प्रेझेन्स जो आसतालो तोय नाशिल्लो. How much important is this for BJP in Panjim in terms of Siddharth emphasizing his role, his image? कितें दिसता vis-a-vis Babush?
एक म्हणल्यार Pramod, even I saw Babush on that small scooter doing the rounds of Panjim. So I think he's trying to give an impression that he's even more humble than Arvind Kejriwal. So that is possibly the kind of message that he's trying to send across, which could be an interesting message. But to be very honest with you, as far as, because we are looking not at CCP. CCP hardly has any powers, and I'm sure my good friend Arman for the next 5 years will be fighting with the same councillors to get that creek declared a creek. They are looking, you're basically trying to extrapolate this for the assembly election.
Correct.
And there are two ways that I would look at it. If Babush manages to take this poll, that's going to be extremely damaging to the BJP. Because for BJP, this is their bastion, this is their fortress. The moment the fortress crumbles, then there is going to be a ripple effect on the rest of Goa. So if Babush takes the BJP and beats it, and particularly if it beats it hands down, your polls, and as Santosh rightly said, a triangular contest is always very, very difficult to predict, and particularly when you have such small numbers. But if Babush defeats them hands down, and this time for a fact, that is a fact, all the rest of it may be conjecture and guesswork. This time for a fact that right to the very end, Babush fought this battle, all guns blazing. Otherwise, there was always some guns falling silent, some adjustment somewhere, some kind of strategy somewhere with his good friend Manohar Parrikar. But this time there was a complete battle between Babush and between Siddharth. There was no holds barred battle, so there is no adjustments there. Which frankly to my mind is not good news for the BJP. Because BJP, whether Santosh Babu agrees with this or not, right through all the polls in assembly in Panjim, when good friends Manohar Parrikar and Babush Ponsarath used to be together, they used to work for one another in Panjim. So there used to be a shift of the Babush vote to Manohar Parrikar.
Are you conclusively saying that they are not working for each other right now?
No, it doesn't look like, because the very fact that the delimitation was done in that absolutely abusive, democratically abusive manner, where members of even one family was in one ward and the other family was in the other ward, that showed that the BJP wanted to take Babush head on and finish off Babush. So Babush is not the type of a person who is, he's one of those kind of tigers. The moment you corner him in one corner, he'll come pouncing back on you. So that is exactly what has happened at the present moment. So I don't know if the BJP should have done some kind of adjustment with Babush for the CCP poll, and then political adjustment, and then waited for the assembly poll. The other point that I want to make is that in case Babush loses, despite the hype and despite the fact that it being essentially a one-on-one battle, I don't know where the Congress stands in this. If Babush loses this battle, then this will be bad news for Babush, because then what tends to happen is that Babush is in no bargaining position either with the BJP nor with the Goa Forward or with the Gathbandhan or whatever, and Babush in all likelihood will be cornered probably only to Talegaon
So it's a survival.
to survival. So it's a
issue for
survival
Babush.
race for Babush Monserrat, and from what I know him and what I know his supporters, they are very good at fighting survival races.
जरूर ही गजाल जाणवता की एक बाबूश आणि पर्रीकार इक्वेशन माइट बी स्टील इंटॅक्ट बट बाबूश अँड बीजेपी इक्वेशन इज नॉट इंटॅक्ट ऑन ग्राउंड आय डिस्क्राईब देम सेपरेटली बाबूश पर्रीकर आणि बाबूश बीजेपी
ना ह्या टायमार म्हणजे बाबूश आणि पर्रीकर हांच्यामध्ये कितें फिक्सिंग आसा अशें म्हणपाक मात्तूय वाव ना. पण एक गोष्ट नोट केली हांवें की पूर्ण प्रचार काळात पर्रीकर किंवा सिद्धार्थान एकाय शब्दान बाबूशाक टार्गेट करूं ना. बाबूश तांकां इन्स्टिगेट करतालो, विशेषतः सिद्धार्थाक टिका आपल्याचेर करपा जाय म्हणून, पूण कांयच केली ना. दत्तप्रसादात एक दोन शब्द वापरले इतलेच, कारण ताका ते वापरप गरजेचे आशिल्ले. हय सर्वे. पण सिद्धार्थान खंयच ना, प्रेस कॉन्फरन्साकूय ना किंवा बाकीच्या मिटिंगांनी जाहीरपणे बाबूशाचेर टिका केली ना. म्हणजे बाबूशा विरुद्ध ते लढले, पण बाबूशाक खूप जखमी करपाचो, इंजर्ड करपाचो असो प्रयत्न तांचो दिसलो ना. सेकंडली कितें आसा की बाबूश स्कूटर घेवन फिरलो, तशेंच सकाळी पर्रीकरान वोटिंग केल्यानंतर भोसलेन च्या पिवपा बसलो, जे डिफेन्स मिनिस्टर च्या पिवपा बसलो, आणि मागीर ते पूर्ण हॉटेलाक एक तळ कसो जालो आर्मीचो, सगळे कडेन पोलीस बिलीस. कदाचित ही न्यूज बाबूशाक कळ्यानंतर मागीर ताकाय दिसलें की आपुणूय आम आदमी कसो दाखोवपा जाय म्हणून. सो बोथ लिडर्स आर इक्वली ड्रामा करपा खातीर तयार. सो पणजीकरांक ते जाणा, नेहमीचे आसा, इट इज नथींग न्यू. सेकंडली क्रिश्चन वोटर्स जे भायर सरूना म्हणटा पळय, की 2000 पयलीं जे इलेक्शन जाले सीसीपीचे, दर वेळा इलेक्शन जाता, ते पणजेंतले क्रिश्चन वोटर्स भायर सरताले आणि ते एंटी बाबूशूच मतां दिताले, म्हणजे पर्रीकरा खातीर. ह्या वेळा ते भायर सरूं ना, काही प्रमाणात आसतले, पण बाबूशाचे जे फॉलोवर्स आसा ते क्रिश्चनांनूय आसा आणि हिंदूनूय आसा. बेसिकली एड्युकेटेड क्रिश्चन आसा ते बाबूक मताय दिना बाबूशाक, असं सिच्युएशन आसा.
एड्युकेटेड कॅथलिक वोटर इन Panjim is actually more of a Parrikar supporter than a Babush.
त्यामुळे दिसले ना. पण पर्रीकराक एक गोष्ट कळली की आमचे खंयचे तरी मिसमॅनेजमेंट जाले. त्यामुळे कालपासून आजपर्यंत अशी न्यूज कळटा की ताणें जवळजवळ 170 कॉल्स केले पणजी आणि ताळगांवांतल्या प्रतिष्ठीत लोकांक की मातशें सांबाळून घ्या, हे ना अशें करून हे केलं. आणि तो हांगा एका सभेन उलयल्लो जाहीरनामो हे करतना की काही कार्यकर्ते आपल्याकडे येऊन रडले, सो आपल्याक कळ्ळें खंय दुखावला कोण ते. सो दीस इलेक्शन इज ए लेसन म्हणून ताकाय कळ्ळें, म्हणजे कोणा खातीर दुखावला कोण हाचो एक अंदाज ताका आयलो. तरी 25 किंवा 26 इतली सीट्स बाबूशाक मेळटली अशें बीन म्हणपाक हांवूय तयार ना. की बीजेपीनूय आपले पूर्ण ताकदीनिशी ह्या वेळा प्रचार केला, निश्चितूच केला. त्यामुळे एक बीजेपी म्हाका अशें दिसता की 13 सीट मेळटले आणि बाबूश विल गेन 17 सीट्स.
ओके,
अशें माझे
गोइंग टू अरमान बाब म्हणजे परत एक स्टॅटिस्टिक्स सांगता, तुझे इंटरेस्टिंग स्टॅटिस्टिक्स आसा सगळे, आणि त्यो म्हळ्यार कोणाचे सोयरे डायरेक्ट कॉन्टेस्ट करतात. सो जरी 15 कावन्सिलर पन्ने असले आणि जरी 15 हे जे नवीन जरी असले तरी आता तातूंत इंटरेस्टिंग आसा. म्हळ्यार लता पारेख, वायफ ऑफ यतीन पारेख इज कॉन्टेस्टिंग, रेश्मा करिशेट्टी, वायफ ऑफ नागेश करिशेट्टी इज कॉन्टेस्टिंग, कबीर सिस्टर सोया पिंटो इज कॉन्टेस्टिंग, ऑल्ड्रिनाची घरकान वेंडी डिसोजा इज कॉन्टेस्टिंग, थंय तर रायबंदरा तर रुपेश आणि आरती अलणकर हजबंड अँड वायफ बोथ आर कॉन्टेस्टिंग, सुरेंद्र ध्रुव पुरतादो आर कॅरिंग फॉरवर्ड अगेन, राहुल लोटलेकर, दिस इज इंटरेस्टिंग. हांगा कितें जातलें ते फाल्यां एक्झिट पोलाक पळोवचें पडटलें. जे श्वेता वॉज बीजेपी काउन्सिलर बिफोर अँड नाव राहुल इज कॉन्टेस्टिंग ऑन बाबूश पॅनल. देन वील गो टू प्रेस्टिजियस बॅटल्स, बट बिफोर दॅट अरमान बाब, यू फील दिस fixing is not there in this election, because all Duttor म्हणटा की Babush went all guns blazing, Sadhguru म्हणटा की BJP did not go all guns blazing, although Babush went, BJP did not. How are you analyzing this?
No, I would tend to agree with Oscar that the
No holds barred.
the fight has been a fight. But what surprised me was that Manohar Parrikar has not shown his face at all. He has shown his face in the municipal elections.
Why?
I really would not know. Was it fear? Was he trying to defend his name? Did he feel that he was going to be defeated badly? And that's why he kept out of it. He was defense minister also when the other municipal elections were going on. And he was all over the place. He was very much there. So how come he has not come into pension? Is the first question that I felt that there was a start of a weakness there itself. And I would agree with Oscar for sure that that Babush has gone all out. And he seems to be, despite all this, what do you call it?
BJP is holding back.
There could be a implosion from within. I feel that there is a lot of anger within the ruling establishment at this point of time. I won't say it's against Manohar, but I could feel that because a lot of people have been sharing that also about how BJP has let them down, and hardcore BJP supporters have been speaking to us. So we can feel that. I mean, they would not tell it to people like Santosh Babu, but they would speak to us. So I feel that there is a situation of a sort of an implosion there.
कितें दिसता राजेश तुमकां हें आसा कारण सदांच म्हणटात की पणजी बाबुशा शिवाय जिखप सोंपें न्ही म्हणून
हय
आनी ताका लागून हेच एक कॅमरेडरी एक सारकी एक वॉर्म तशी आसताली ना ती ह्या खेपे खरें बिकॉज पर्रीकर इज आउट ऑफ इक्वेशन दॅट वॉर्मथ इज आउट ऑफ इक्वेशन अँड दिस इज स्ट्रेट बिटवीन बीजेपी अँड सिद्धार्थ वर्सीस बाबूश मनसरात
नाही बरोबर आसा कितें आसा पर्रीकर मनोहरबाब पर्रीकर आसतालो सदां पण अशेंय दिसता न्ही की केन्ना तरी आनी आतां तो येद्या व्हडल्या पोस्टार आसा आज राष्ट्राचे सुद्दां सिक्युरिटी एंगलान कितले आमी दर खेपे पळयत आसता पठाणकोट जालें हांगा जालें थंय पण त्या एंगलान कशें आसा आनी सकयल्या कॅडराक आनी सकयले जे लिडरशीप आसा सेकंड इन लायन थर्ड इन तांकां केन्ना ऑपॉर्च्युनिटी मेळटली कळ्ळें सो बट ताका फक्त कितें आसा म्हणजे एकच आसा की हे जे आतां प्रत्येक इलेक्शन आतां बाबुशाची एक स्ट्रॅटेजी वेगळीच आसता म्हणजे सगळे जनरली जाणा पयशे वांटप आनी हे करप आनी आयदर सायड एका मागीर म्हणटा की तांणी केलें म्हणून पण हातून कशें जाता की जी थोडी धुसपूस जी जाली काही वॉर्डांनी बीजेपीचे लोक डिफेक्ट जाले आनी ऑल दॅट ताजे करता आतां हांच्यांनी हाज्या फुडें सुद्दां म्हणजे आतां म्हणपाचो वेळ न्ही पण ह्या सदांच आमकां दिसता आमच्या सारक्या काही लोकांक की 6 म्हयने ते वर्सभर पयलीं तुमी काही कॅन्डिडेट्स प्रोजेक्ट करूंक जाय ताका लागून आयत्या वेळ जो खरोन लॉयल ना तो वतलोच तो लायत्या वेळे मग अशें रणांगणाचेर गोंधळ जावप जाता पण तरी सुद्दां इतलेसून तुमी जे म्हणले होतो तशें की प्लानिंग अशें केल्लें आसा की कोण आपलो कोण वोटर ना आपलो हे जे आयडेंटिफाय करून बिकॉज ऑफ द स्मॉल वोटर हे नंबर टोटल नंबर ते केल्ल्याक लागून दे वील गेट सम एज आता तुम्ही म्हणता असे फाल्या एक्झिट पोल तुम्ही केला दॅट विल ऑल्सो गिव्ह सम हिंट
You know what, Pramod, that question that you asked as to what is the reason that Sadhgurun प्रश्न तो ठरयलो पळय तो की बीजेपीन बाबुशाचेर हल्लो कित्याक इतलो करूना पळय तो आय थिंक इट वॉज अ गुड स्ट्रॅटेजी ऑन द पार्ट ऑफ द बीजेपी कित्याक ते सामको हे एक वातावरण तयार जाल्लो की बाबूश इज बी टीम or A team of BJP. I mean, that is frankly speaking, if Siddharth wins or if Babush wins, the BJP knows how to get both these fellows into their embrace. पूण बाबुशाक हें जाय आशिल्लें लोकांच्या मनान हें जाय आशिल्लें की बीजेपी खरेंच ताजेर कॉंत्र म्हणून बट दॅट हॅज टू कम फ्रॉम द बीजेपी बट द बीजेपी आय थिंक डिलिबरेटली केप्ट बॅक इट्स वेपन्स बिकॉज दे वॉन्टेड पीपल टू get that kind of a feeling that Babush is actually already doing a dealing with us, and so therefore people who may have been against the BJP and who might have default voted for Babush would go for the Congress candidate which was already available. So probably that was the psychological gamble that the BJP was playing against the Babush. Babush was provoking them because Babush needed that BJP anger against them to show that yes, I am the man who's going to defeat the BJP to the public. So the BJP, I think, deliberately
That's a strategic gamble.
Strategic thing. But either way, I can guarantee you one thing: unless Babush sweeps the polls, which most exit polls now in triangular fight says no, if Babush takes it, then the BJP is going to go back and say, Babush, you are our brother. We love you so much. You have to come with us for the assembly poll. This you can be sure.
नाही आणि एक म्हाका म्हणचो दिसता की हे बाबुशाच्या अगेन्स्ट गन्स कित्याक ट्रेन केले कारण हाज्या पयलीं आतां बिहार इलेक्शन पळयलें न्ही इफ यू टॉक अबाउट द पर्सन बिकॉज बाबुशाचे एक डेअर डेविल म्हणून एक ताजे एक हे आसा कितें काम करून घेतलो म्हणून लात मारून सुद्धा करून घेतलो जे डेमोक्रेसीन किंवा कायद्याक जे मानतात ते लोक म्हणटा आमी हातपाय करून करचे ना म्हणून ताका लागून बीजेपीन स्ट्रॅटेजी कितें केल्ली की आपले जे कितें आमी बरें करतले ते प्रोजेक्ट करा रादर दॅन ताका कित्याक गाळी घाला तशें केलां आसता
ओके कितें दिसता हे इलेक्शनांतल्यान ते फिक्सिंग काबार जाला काय इट इज ओनली बीन पॉज फॉर दिस इलेक्शन अँड इट विल बी प्लेड बॅक अगेन आफ्टर द इलेक्शन
CCP election जे आसा पळय न्ही, it is non-as when it comes to assembly. If you really see